Guys, GM to everyone. We're super sorry for these technical issues that we're having today. However, I still hope this AMA session promises to be super insightful and thought-provoking. Thank you so much for waiting for us. Today's topic is particularly timely and significant. We're talking about DEXs and traditional finance and how to bridge this gap between CeFi and DeFi. And as the worlds of centralized finance and decentralized finance continue to move forward, we see a very massive interest in how these two can coexist and complement each other. So yeah, today DEXs play a super crucial role in this landscape, offering some unique advantages and presenting also a lot of distinct challenges. And today we have a super massive privilege of hosting panel experts who bring a wealth of knowledge and diverse perspectives to this discussion. So let me introduce you to them. The first person who's speaking today, it's going to be Kamar from Comunitas. He's a super seasoned professional with deep insights into the community-driven decentralized platforms. Hi, Kamar.
Hi, Anastasia. How are you?
Really good. It's a pleasure to hear you as always. How are you?
Yeah, doing great.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Kamar, since we're doing the space for the first time, do you mind giving our listeners a bit of an intro to who you are, what you do, how you came about in crypto?
yeah, sure. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me here in this Twitter space. I am qrizwani, an engineer and big-time crypto enthusiast based in Mumbai. I have been diving deep into the world of blockchain and crypto for a while now. I love sharing what I learned through my blogs in Urdu and Hindi language and through my videos. Professionally, I wear a few different hats. I'm part of team of Communitas Launchpad, wherein we are incubating blockchain and Web3 based startups and helping them build partnerships across Web3 space. I'm also into running various teams related to the marketing. Plus, I have been working very closely with the Ethereum team as well as right now I'm working with the Bitcoin only organization onto the translation activities into different regional languages. Before all of this crypto stuff, I was actually an engineering instructor in Bahrain, but my passion towards technology and finance eventually led me into here, and now I'm full time into working on Web3. I'm always looking to connect with other crypto people, so feel free to get in touch. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kamar. Pleasure to have you here. Our next speaker for today it's Rob. Rob is a co-founder of Treble, and Rob is going to tell you all about it now. Hi, Rob.
Hey, thanks for having me here today. Yeah, I'm Rob, one of the co-founders of Treble. We're an up-and-coming DeFi hub on Base Network. We will be the first V4 mechanic DEX that will be coming to Base. Even before Uniswap will have their code release. So we're pretty excited about that. It will let our users have very high efficiency with their liquidity, as well as we'll have a lot of custom hooks that will bring a lot of different unique features to our decks. We'll be starting out with a launchpad launch with our own public sale pretty soon. We're just kind of waiting for the Ethereum ETF narratives to start picking back up. But yeah, just keep an eye out for our decks. You can follow us on our socials, TrebleSwap and TrebleSwap.com. But yeah, stay tuned for our launch, and without we are an anonymous team, so without having to disclose too much about us, we have been around building for 6 months or so with Treble. We have Made a few partnerships so far. If anybody wants to check out our page, we actually have cross-chain swaps available right now on our DApp. We already have a fiat on ramp, and we are getting ready to implement the first KYC free off ramp as well to our project. So we are pretty excited to be able to offer a lot of unique features that will keep users locked into our page, and we'll have everything available on Base Network directly from our hub.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob. Pleasure to have you here on Spaces with us today. Let's briefly move on to the questions. And Kamar, could you start off by explaining the core differences between centralized finance and decentralized finance and how decentralized exchanges are positioned within this framework?
Yeah, sure. So CeFi and DeFi are two different ways to handle actually the crypto thing. Think of CeFi centralized finance like a regular bank. There is a company in charge, they hold your money, or and you trust them to keep it safe. On the other hand, DeFi, decentralized finance, is like a community run, we can say, bank. No single person or company controls it. It runs on the code and smart contracts on the blockchain that can be seen by other team members, also other developers, and as well as uh, uh, other all the transactions are visible there. Now, where do DEX, decentralized exchanges, come in? This is the big question. So they are basically trading platforms within the DeFi world. Instead of a company matching my buy order with the sale order, it's all done automatically through smart contracts. So this means I have more control actually over my funds and more transparency, and there is really no middleman. So in a nutshell, we can say that CeFi is company controlled, but at the same time easier to use because we can skip some of the activities, like for example keeping the records of everything. There are some platforms in the CeFi who manage the things in a very simple way. Users can access them easily, they find it good looking and everything, but again we have less control over there. Then DeFi, we can say more control and flexibility, but can be sometime very trickier to go here and there and to navigate. Basically when the people are especially when uh, we are engaging into the startups or buying some fresh tokens or such kind of activities, that time they have to jump in from one blockchain to another and do lot of activities around swapping and everything. That time it is really very difficult sometime, and as we see more and more blockchains are being developed and being added, it is becoming a big metaverse now. So DEX is a way, yeah, CeFi, DeFi, and you asked me about DEX also. So DEX is a way to, according to me, to trade crypto within the DeFi ecosystem. They are both closely related. DeFi and DEX are very closely. We can say it is almost like a one. We can club them together. Yeah, think of it like a DeFi stock exchange. Yeah. So I hope it helps to understand. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kamar. But Rob, what do you think? We heard just now from Kamar a lot of great things about DeFi, but in your opinion, what are the primarily hurdles and advantages of integrating decentralized exchanges in the traditional financial institutions?
Well, I mean, as a co-founder of a DeFi protocol, I believe in decentralized finance, essentially replacing CeFi as the technology progresses. And what's cool about our V4 mechanic that we'll be implementing in our protocol is that it will give our users a feel of being in a centralized exchange. And in its ultimate form, we'll be providing limit order, TWAP orders, and a lot of fee and even leverage trading. So in a lot of ways, eventually, when decentralized finance protocols will end up beginning to replace CeFi, the main thing is those protocols have to have the feel of CeFi. So overall, a centralized exchange is simply your old school account, no different than a poker website where you load your money on and you can trade and you can use it however you want, but you can't actually know what's happening in the background with your money because it's all information stored in a centralized server. And for all you know, you might be trading with empty funds that you have no way to check if they're actually legitimate. And that's what's kind of cool with decentralized finance is that because it's built on blockchain, it's all in a ledger that you can always look at and review. So fraud is not really possible. And that is, that's kind of the biggest difference between decentralized and centralized is the aspect of fraud. You can't really, like we all know about the case of FTX. Everybody knows about, the cases of exchanges that have failed in the past. And if all users try to withdraw their funds at the same time from even the biggest exchange out there, is there even a guarantee that they'll be able to receive their funds? There isn't. And that's the ultimate difference between decentralized and centralized is that with decentralized, it's all open. It's all open to everybody to see the legitimacy of the information. And I guess that's my take on that.
Thank you so much, Rob. That's really insightful. Kamar, everyone keeps talking about, we call them buzzwords, interoperability and cross-chain solutions. Could you elaborate on the importance of those in creating a seamless connection between CeFi and DeFi systems? Does it matter? Does it help? Is it going to solve the issue?
Yeah, could you please repeat the question? Connection between?
Yes, of course. We're talking about words like interoperability and cross-chain solutions. So basically, what we're asking you to do is to elaborate on the importance of these in terms of creating this seamless connection between CeFi and DeFi. Will that help, or how does that work?
Yeah, cool. So I think bridging the gap between decentralized finance and traditional finance is like building a bridge between two different worlds, actually. Why I'm calling them different worlds? Because it is a big challenge, but it could bring some amazing benefits at the same time. Regarding, let us say, TradeFi is heavily regulated, while DeFi we can say is more like a wild west. Finding a balance, that protects users while still allowing innovative innovation is really tricky. So as you said that there are really there are terms and the terminology and everything has to be taken care of. Complexities that DEX can be really confusing for newcomers, and the tech behind them is still evolving. Making it easier for everyone to use is very very crucial. Then again, the security is, I can say, it is the first one I should have been spoken about. Like hacks and scams are the real risk in this case, and the crypto building trust and the safety is the top priority. So yeah, so bridging gap between both of these things is really very very necessary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kumar. Rob, I want to talk to you more about the risks and concerns that are associated with DEXs and when it comes to integrating them with traditional finance. Could you list out maybe the first 3 to 5 that you think are the most concerning ones?
Well, I mean, there's issues with that could be with any kind of code, and so when you think about this kind of question, you have to ask what kind of issues could be with centralized finance protocols, and that's simple: bank runs, fraud, and lack of transparency, and blatant theft and embezzlement. But as far as decentralized finance goes, and with DEXs, the whole point of creating a live product is you're supposed to audit your protocol, and you're supposed to use proven technology, and you're supposed to grow upon what's already available, not necessarily reinvent the wheel with flawed code. So the only real downsides that I could really think of with a fully audited protocol that doesn't have any, that doesn't have any blatant bugs is the speed of transactions. But with Ethereum, with various Ethereum improvement proposals that have been coming out recently, we're seeing transactions have been going up a lot in speed, and like quite a lot, and cost of them has been going down, and layer twos on Ethereum have actually reduced costs of their transactions even more so than previously. So it's pretty cheap to operate those networks now. It's one thing if you're trying to build directly on Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatnot, but it's different. It's as far as user adoption, the complexity of use. I mean, yeah, it's easier to use centralized exchanges because it's more intuitive interface and things like that. But then again, that's just a front end interface. So the goal of our product is to make it so our users in the end would not even be able to tell that they're using a decentralized exchange or a launch or a decentralized launchpad. I mean, the word decentralized, it's like in order for blockchain to get fully adopted, we don't really, people have to stop using that buzzword of decentralized and just start using the products as if they're just regular products that they're coming to use because that's what they're using.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob. Guys, I'm going to ask the last question to both of you, and because it's an open question. So I think if you could give a short, maybe a brief advice, that would be super cool to hear your opinion. So the question is, what recommendations would you offer to traditional finance institutions that are interested in exploring the integration of DEXs or any other DeFi products? Rob?
You have to. I mean, it's better to start now. It's centralized and decentralized is they're both going to exist at the same time, no matter what. But it's always best to be an innovator. I mean, you can either when you're thinking about institutions getting involved with DeFi. I mean, we're talking about institutions building their own protocols or adapting new ones that are already out there. I mean, it's all in the end, it's all a free market economy. As the bull market will unwind, we're all going to see which protocols are being dominant. And centralized exchanges are old news. I mean, sure, Coinbase is cool, Binance is cool, but both have been riddled with many issues. Both are going through lawsuits. And as far as other exchanges, I mean, good luck trusting them with your funds, I suppose. I mean, obviously we all still use centralized exchanges, but everyone should keep their funds limited on them because in the end of it all, you don't really know what's going to happen. So if you want to have security, if you want to have reliability, and you want to look out for the best interest of your users, the best interest of your community, the decentralized DeFi is the way to go. And of course, I'm a little biased. I mean, we're building a DeFi hub on Base, so if you are an institution, come check us out and see what we're all about and why it is a better alternative to centralized exchanges.
Wow, thank you so much. Guys, I really hope that this discussion has provided a clearer understanding of how DAX and financial finance can bridge this gap to CeFi and DeFi. Thank you so much, Rob, for your time today. We look forward to continuing this conversation in our future sessions. So stay tuned for the next week's AMA. And thank you all for joining us today. Thank you so much, Rob.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You guys have a great day.